Hey, you're listening to episode 175 of the Keto Diet Podcast, and today we're chatting about why I care about what I put on my skin and why you should too, Kevin's experience with high mercury levels, whether keto should be practiced long term, and so much more. Today is an Ask Leanne episode, and I really enjoy these episodes. If you want to submit questions so that it is answered in a future episode, go to healthfulpursuit.com/contact, ask me, and we will make it happen. If you are looking for resources, links, I'm going to be sharing a bunch of different products today and my favorite things, specifically with the body care section that we're going to be covering today. Head on over to ketodietpodcast.com, look for episode 175, and you'll get all the links and special things right on that page. Okay, I got one cool thing for you before we get started, and that is that the $1,000 Amazon giveaway ends in less than 20 days. And if you want in on this action, all you got to do is use the hashtag Keto for Women when you're sharing anything to do with my newest book, Keto for Women, and you're instantly entered to win. You can submit as many pictures or posts as you want on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, any social media platform. I will find it. You will be entered to win, and you will be entered to win that 1,000 USD Amazon gift card. Also, when you share that hashtag, when you use hashtag Keto for Women, I'm donating 25 cents to upwithwomen.org up to $1,000. And Up for Women is dedicated to helping recently homeless and at-risk women rebuild their lives. Now, Up with Women isn't part of this podcast. They're not sponsoring the podcast. I found them based on recommendations of many of you and what you wanted me to focus on. So I'm just really excited that we can raise awareness for keto for women, empower women to make their own choices when it comes to their ketogenic diet with my newest book, Keto for Women, and also help out other women in the community. Okay, let's do this thing. Welcome to the Keto Diet Podcast, the show all about keto for women so you can burn fat, balance your hormones, and heal your body. Starting and maintaining keto can be challenging without the right support. So just for listening to the podcast, I want to give you 20% off the keto beginning with the coupon code Keto Podcast. That's all one word. This 30-day program gives you a clear step-by-step how-to so you can quickly adapt to a ketogenic diet, avoid common struggles, and get the results you crave. Go to healthfulpursuit.com/begin to get your keto beginning discount today. If you're new around these parts, I'm Leanne Vogel. You may know me as the international best-selling author of The Keto Diet, founder of happyketobody.com, or maybe you know me as the nutritionist that likes dipping pork rinds in avocado oil mayo. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Thanks so much for listening. Okay, we have a bunch of questions. I am probably most excited for the first question because it's something that I don't really get to talk about much, but I'm really happy that Laura asked, "Hi Leanne, in my journey into keto, I found your podcast and I've been slowly listening to all of the episodes." Thanks, Laura. "I also have your books and I love them. So in my quest for health, I'm starting with the inside, hence diet. My question for you is, what products do you use on the outside? Body lotion, toothpaste, makeup, shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, even cleaning products. I'm making small changes one at a time and realize all the outside changes are coming next. Thanks." Laura, that's such a great way of doing things because when I studied nutrition back in 2007, I learned how terrifying some of the products were out on the market. And I got rid of my perfume and, oh my gosh, just everything, lotions, everything, conditioner, shampoo, cleaning products, because I was just terrified of all the toxins in these products. And slowly over time, I started incorporating more toxic stuff in my life because I just couldn't do everything at once. And the food part was really important to me. So for anyone listening who's like just trying to figure out the food part of their lives, try not to get too overwhelmed with all the toxins and just work like one part at a time. And I really love your inside outside strategy, Laura. I'm actually going to be reading from one of the inserts in our Happy Keto Body program. If you guys want to learn more about Happy Keto Body, you can go to happyketobody.com. And in the introduction to this insert, and there are about 45 different inserts or worksheets throughout the program. And this one is focused on reducing toxic loads. So it's a pretty large document. I'm not going to read through all of it. It goes through how to detoxify your body, to different toxic items and what to choose for instead, and goes through a bunch of different toxins, what to look for. And we're just not going to have the time to cover it. But I'm going to read from the first little bit here. Earth has become incredibly toxic, but with some awareness and lifestyle changes, you can significantly reduce your toxic burden. The CDC recently tested people for toxic burden and found that every person that was tested had a minimum of 120 to 246 toxins in their body. Luckily, 80% of the toxins were found to be non-persistent toxin compounds, which means that they can be eliminated from the body in 3 to 4 weeks once avoided. Toxins are bad because they inhibit your weight loss by causing insulin resistance and increase your estrogen, among a bunch of other things. Excess insulin and excess estrogen not only make it hard to lose weight, but also increase our risk of developing chronic diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Now more than ever, it's important to pay attention to the chemicals and toxins in your body products so that you can stay happy and healthy. So I think a lot of us just forget about all the things that we put on our skin and the types of ingredients that are in there, things like solvents, mycotoxins, polycystic aromatic hydrocarbons. These are things like car exhaust, especially diesel, meat cooked at high temperatures. Then you have phthalates, lead, mercury. I mean, the list goes on. PCBs, cadmium, arsenic, BPAs, and BPS. So there are a bunch of different body products and also just daily products that we can look at. And because you asked specifically body care, I'm going to focus on that. Now, there's actually a website you can use. I'll include the link in the show notes today. It's called Skin Deep. And this is the little website that I use when I'm at Whole Foods or when I'm shopping for a product online. I search for the product on this website and it will tell me whether or not it has high or low toxins. And I always go for the ones that have either a 1 or a 2 rating, nothing 3 and beyond. I just avoid them at all costs. So I'm going to go through some of the products I have just like sitting out on my desk right now as I'm recording this. For body lotion, I just found this new lotion that I really, really love. It's called Nubian Heritage African Black Soap Body Lotion. It's for detoxifying and balancing. They have a couple of different types and I really love this one. I put it all over. I even put it on my scalp because I have issues with psoriasis and it really helps calm my psoriasis when I'm having a flare up. Really good stuff. It goes on pretty it's a thicker soap because it has shea butter. So it also helps with imperfections if you have scars or stretch marks. It goes on pretty thick, but it smooths in really nice. It's not greasy. I really, really like this guy right here. So that's body lotion. Then for toothpaste, I use Dr. Bronner's toothpaste. I really enjoy that. I've been using it for a while. I used to use a Colgate that was really good for my oral health. I really enjoyed it, but the fluoride was starting to get to me. So toothpaste was like the last thing that I switched over. I really like the Dr. Bronner's toothpaste. I usually just purchase it at Bed Bath & Beyond. Usually they have sales going on for Dr. Bronner's. And when they do, I buy like all of them. I really enjoy the peppermint. Kevin really likes the anise, like licorice stuff that's just really gross. They also have cinnamon that's pretty good. For makeup, I shouldn't say exclusively. I use a couple of things for makeup, specifically Beauty Counter, but I don't use a lot of makeup now. It's actually really rare. I actually don't remember the last time I put makeup on my face, but I really do enjoy Beauty Counter. I use a couple of other items, but I didn't bring my makeup bag because legit, I don't wear makeup really anymore. But if I'm doing an interview or I have like a special thing that I need to dress up for, I use Beauty Counter. I have one of their palettes for eye and highlighter, and I just use that. I use their concealing pen, a brow pencil, and I don't love their mascara. Actually, I don't love any natural mascara. For mascara, I use Elme, which has toxins in it, but I just like, for the amount of time that I wear mascara, which is like maybe once every 3 months, I don't worry too much about it. But Beauty Counter is really great. I've always struggled with whether or not to sign up as a Beauty Counter consultant. I mean, I've been using Beauty Counter now for maybe 2.5 years. Like, I started right when they started, whenever that was, because I was really interested, and I do really love their product. I just don't love the whole MLM thing. It's never made me feel great. But if you guys think that I should sell Beauty Counter, I would love to. I've been using them nonstop for all these years, and I really, really do enjoy their makeup. I used to use their shampoo and conditioner, but all of the ones that I tried, they made my hair feel good, but it always made it frizzy. So with shampoo and conditioner, I use a brand called Eco Love, which I really enjoy, but it's not on EWG Skin Deep, so I'm not entirely sure of its rating. I looked through the ingredients and I feel pretty good about it. I also use Not Your Mother's brand for a deep conditioner for my hair. It's a scalp treatment that I use every other day or so. Like, when I say every other day that I wash my hair. So maybe like once or twice a week, that I really love. So that's shampoo and conditioner. For body wash, I use Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. Now, I've been using this soap for, 15 years as a body wash. I love it. For deodorant, I use Primal Pit Paste. I really do enjoy the Primal Pit Paste. Now, they have it in a bar, and they also have it in like a little paste that I can put on my finger and just rub on my armpits. I like the put on my finger and rub on my armpits because I can control how much paste gets on there, and I just enjoy that a lot more. I use the unscented version because I just like that more. Now, for cleaning products, I just use vinegar and water, like everywhere in my house. Sometimes I'll use baking soda to like scratch off things if there's something that really needs cleaning. Now, on the exterior of the boat, it's all chemical stuff. I mean, not chemical stuff, because we care about the environment and we try to get not the chemical stuff that's going to wreck the environment. We always get the environmentally friendly brands, but there are still chemicals in it, unfortunately. So whenever we're cleaning the boat, we always wear shoes and gloves, even if it's a bazillion degrees outside, because I don't want that stuff on my skin. Other than that, I think that's really like all the stuff that I use. I don't use dry shampoo anymore, but if I do need just a little bit of like dry shampoo action, I use cornstarch and just like a touch. You only need a touch. Oh, and if my scalp is itchy, or I have really bad crowns on my head where when my hair dries, like it does weird things on the back, I'll spray it down with some rose water. Now, you can get this literally anywhere. I will include a link in the show notes if you want to check out the rose water that I purchase. Be sure it's like the stuff for beauty, and that rose water I use as a toner on my face. I'll just spray it before bed. I'll spray it in my hair. I'll spray it on my scalp. I'll spray it on my skin if it's feeling a little bit dry and just needs like a little oomph. For Beauty Counter, I also use their face wash for acne type of skin, and I really like their charcoal bar also. And I use those kind of interchangeably. Then I spray my face with rose water, and then I just use their beauty balm as a moisturizer. They do have really great moisturizers, but I just find that they're really expensive for what I get for it. And if I can use beauty balm, which I would use anyways, I just put a small layer on, and then I use their linen cloth to wipe it off during the day. And then at nighttime, I just put it on and I don't wipe it off. And I think that's about it. Yeah. I hope that piece was helpful. I didn't chat too much about beauty products. I really, really like this stuff. And if you can't find any of the stuff that I recommended, that's totally fine. Just go to Whole Foods or Publix, have some great options. Safeway have some great options. Save on Foods in Canada also have some great options. And just get on that Skin Deep website and just search for the brands, search for the ingredients, and get a good handle on what you want, what you don't. And I actually just remembered that I forgot something. Hand sanitizer. If you're a hand sanitizer person, the EO brand is really good. I have their wipes and their liquid, and I really enjoy those. So now you got a bunch of tips. to get you started. Back to today's episode in a sec. If you're not familiar with Paleo Valley, they make one of my most favorite healthful keto snacks, 100% grass-fed beef sticks and 100% pasture-raised turkey sticks, and they are also fermented. Each stick contains 1 billion CFUs of probiotics to benefit the health of your gut and strengthen your immune system. Their gut-friendly sticks are gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, GMO-free, free chemical, additive, and dye-free, as well as being preservative-free. Many of the flavors are 100% free from carbohydrates, and the best part, they're really, really tasty. Now you can shop all things Paleo Valley, load up your cart, and apply a 20% discount code to everything in your cart. To take advantage of this offer, go to paleovalley.com/keto, fill up your cart, and enter the coupon code KETO20. That's KETO20 at checkout to apply a 20% off discount on your entire purchase. If you're unsure of the link, simply check out today's show notes for all the details. Okay, back to today's episode. Next question is from Julia. Hi, I'm noticing that so many keto recipes are using sugar alcohol sweeteners versus stevia, and it causes me so much GI distress. I can only use stevia. It would be great if you could give a stevia alternative in your recipes if people want to use that instead of swerve erythritol. Thanks. Julia, you're in luck. My newest book, The Keto Diet Cookbook, has instructions for both using stevia or swerve or erythritol in your recipes so that you can choose. But something that I've noticed, and it doesn't really work for baked goods because sometimes you do need that volume in order to make a baked good. But when it comes to like drinks and other recipes like bars and things like that, 1 teaspoon of erythritol is equal to about 1 drop of stevia glycerite. Now, I use glycerite because it's my favorite. I will include a link in the show notes on the stevia. That's my personal favorite. And that's just a little conversion you can use that works pretty well. Okay, Christina, hello. A newsletter was sent a while back regarding testing for mercury. I can't seem to find it. Can you please provide information for the company? Yeah, okay, so mercury testing is something that my husband and Kevin and I had to go through a bunch. So to give you a little bit of backstory, Kevin, when I met my husband, had 26 mercury fillings. He, when I met him, had a lot of puffiness around his eyes, and I knew instantly that that was dairy. In fact, on our first date, I took him to Safeway, and I was like, this is almond milk. Please use it in your cereal instead of dairy milk. And that's basically when he fell in love with me because he tried the almond milk. He started feeling better, and he's like, you are amazing. Good memories. That was a while ago. And as we've known each other, we keep picking apart these various things and imbalances as we go, because as we all know, it is a process. And just recently, about a year ago, I would say, we wanted to attack his amalgam fillings. And a lot of dentists will tell you not to worry about amalgam fillings, but I always have. I've met too many people that have issues with their fillings, or when they get fillings, a bit of mercury is dropped somewhere in their mouth and they don't notice, and it's contributing to a lot of issues. So when we had saved up enough money that we could test his mercury and also remove his fillings, we tested his mercury, found out it was just, oh my gosh, so high. Oh my gosh, so high. We had his, I think it was the bottom of his mouth or the top. I can't remember. We did one level first, got that removed, tested again. It was lower. Then put him on a strict detoxification program for 6 months until we saved up enough money to do the next level of his mouth, got tested before, got it removed, tested after, and now he's within normal levels. So if you want to do your own testing, I highly recommend using a company called Everlywell. You can find out more from them by going to healthfulpursuit.com/well. And if you go to that and you want to save some money and you find the test that you want, you can use the coupon code KETO for 15% off your order. And look for the heavy metals test. That's the test that we used, and I highly recommend it. And the cool thing is you can do all this testing at home, which I think is just like incredibly amazing that you could just submit everything from your house, and it's just so easy. And the prices are pretty good too. So I hope that was helpful, Christina. Emily asks, hi, I was wondering about the Keto for Women book. I've already pre-ordered mine. Yay! So clearly this question was a little while ago. Sorry, Emily. My mom, though, is not keto, but still incorporates a lot of the same principles Leanne talks about in her lifestyle. Can this book be useful for somebody like her who is not keto? If it's just a hormone information powerhouse, I definitely want to get her a copy too. But if it's really only for people who are on a ketogenic way of eating, maybe it's not worth it. Let me know, please. And thank you, Emily. Emily, this is a great question. And I never really thought about Keto for Women outside of Keto Women, but I looked through the book before reading your question, before recording today, and I totally think it would be great for women, whether they're keto or not. It goes through the basics of feeding your body properly, how to listen to your body, how to respect your body, and how to feed it depending on the imbalances that you have. Now, the recommendations that I have throughout are going to be like lower carb options and higher fat options. But as I was looking through the book, I was actually noticing that a lot of it can be adjusted for no matter what eating style you're on. So if you have a thyroid imbalance, obviously I'm going to recommend things like carb ups. Now, if you're already having carbs, then of course you wouldn't need carb ups, but what you might need is more seaweed. So I think it could totally be good for your mom. And if you decide to get her a copy and you guys are loving it, I'd love to know what you think. Now, if you guys are like, new book, what? If you go to ketoforwomen.com, you can get all the details about the book, what it's about, and all the things. Otherwise, you should be able to find it at most bookstores. Just ask them for Keto for Women by Leanne Vogel, and you should be set. Okay, next question is from Ashley. Hello, I've been doing keto for 2 months now, and I've learned so much from you, and I'm so thankful. Oh, thanks, Ashley. I'm so glad you're along for the ride. Despite how great I've been feeling, family and friends are very skeptical, and recently a relative told me that doing keto is okay for max 2 months because after that, keto starts to eat away at your heart. Oh dear. I don't believe him, but I can't lie, this scared me a bit, especially since we don't really have long-term research to show the long-term effects. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. Ashley, is your family member a doctor? Specifically, have they worked with people on the ketogenic diet for 5, 10, 15, 20, 40 years? If no, then don't listen. I have to remind myself of this often. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about a lot of things. And really, at the end of the day, if your blood work is coming back great, if you feel great and you're the healthiest you've ever been, I don't know, like tests can test your heart. And if the tests come back great, then I'm not worried about it. And I started eating keto in July 2014. So that means I've been eating this way for 5+ years. And I actually went to go see Dr. Lisa Coach from Spectra Wellness. If you are in the Tampa area, I highly recommend going to see her as your doctor. She's amazing. And she was looking through my blood work like, I mean, this is textbook, like all these levels are perfect. So when a doctor says that to me, I am not concerned. And you're right, there isn't long-term research on eating keto long-term for adults that are more doing it the way that we are doing it, as just setting the intention to eat low carb, high fat. But there isn't really long-term research on a lot of the eating styles or choices we choose to make. There isn't long-term research on the toxins that we are putting into our bodies and on our bodies. There isn't long-term research on CrossFit, but a lot of people do it. And so just as an example, like take yourself out of that space and really look at you, your body, and what it is displaying. If you go to a doctor and you ask for certain markers and you trust that doctor because they are a partner in your wellness path alongside you and not pushing you into these different areas that you don't want to be pushed, and they're saying like, hey, your levels look great and everything's awesome. How are you feeling? And you say, great. I wouldn't trust a family member or a friend or somebody that you don't work with personally on your own health as dictating what you do to your body or don't do to your body. So I hope that was helpful, Ashley. Back to today's episode in a sec.
Today's episode is sponsored by my friends over at Perfect Keto, who is an awesome company that I've been working with over the last 2 years, and I love their commitment to quality, their ability to know what us keto people need because most of their staff are keto themselves. I use their products to stay into ketosis, burn more fat, extend my fasts, and satisfy my sweet tooth. Now, if you're new to the ketogenic diet, Perfect Keto is a brand that you must know. All of their products help you get on the diet, make the transition easier, have you experiencing ketosis a little bit faster with boosted energy so that you really start to benefit from ketosis and you don't get discouraged by all of the symptoms that can pop up if you're not supplementing with electrolytes or not having enough fat or still having too many artificial sweeteners. And my favorite part to this, guys, is when you're new to keto, you can often have that afternoon slump. By supplementing with some of their products, specifically their exogenous ketones or their keto collagen, and even a little bit of their MCT oil powder, you can help avoid that afternoon slump that we can often experience as we are transitioning to the ketogenic diet. Now, my personal favorite Perfect Keto products include their keto bars. Almond butter brownie has my heart. It is the perfect dessert. Exogenous ketones help to maintain my energy level and give my brain a certain edge that I need every day. And lastly, their nut butter is out of this world amazing. Stick that stuff in the freezer, let it sit for 24 hours, and go to town. I use their stuff on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day. And if you go to perfectketo.com/KDP, you can get 20% off their products and up to 25% off, a total of $34 off when you grab my favorites as a bundle. Again, that's perfectketo.com/KDP. Okay, back to today's episode.
Last question is from Sarah. Hello, Leanne. I have purchased both your books, The Complete Guide and the new cookbook, and I'm trying to figure out my calories and macros. I'm a bit confused, but I think I roughly need about 1,400 calories per day and follow your classic keto meal plan from your first book. However, on day one, my calories would be 2,039, way over my daily limit, and my fat intake 171 grams and protein at 89.8 grams, which is above my suggested intake of 70 grams of protein and 109 grams of fat. Should I just not eat all the meals for the day? Okay, Sarah, this is a great question, and something I get asked all the time is how to make the meal plan in the Keto Diet, my first book, work for you regardless of what path you're on and how many calories you need or fat grams. And the answer is you can't really. And that's why in my second book, the Keto Diet Cookbook, it came up with a new meal planning system, the small, medium, large, and huge meal plans, so that you could customize your intake based on your hunger level or your calorie goal. So it could be a lot more customized as opposed in the first book, you're right. On day one, you'd be having 2,000 calories in a day. And if you've calculated out that you're going to need 1,400 calories, that might be too much food for you. But when I was creating the book, I really needed to find a middle ground, and I wasn't comfortable recommending something like 1,200 calories, 1,400 calories, because I find that so many people that come to keto need to upregulate their metabolisms in order to heal their metabolism, in order to have success with keto. And in order to do that, we need to eat a bunch more. And so that was the strategy that I chose for the keto diet. But if that strategy doesn't work for you, the best way around this is to just cut out one meal entirely. Each meal is anywhere from 300 to 600 calories. So if you were to cut out one of the meals and just intermittent fast through that time, or separate another meal so that you're having the meal over 2 meal times, you can make up that difference pretty easily. Like, it's never going to be an exact science when you're following a meal plan, because it can't be. And that's why in the Keto Diet Cookbook, which Sarah, it sounds like you have that cookbook, it might be helpful to look at that small, medium, large, huge way of looking at your meals and use that strategy with the recipes from the first book. And that could be helpful for helping you build a meal plan once you get accustomed to eating keto and start to kind of make it your own. For those listening who are like, keto books, what? If you go to ketodietbook.com, all of my books are on that page and you can kind of decide which one you want to go for. So those were all the questions for today. OMG, we made it to episode 175 of the podcast. I can't even believe that. So thank you so much for listening, and I will see you guys in a couple of days with more awesome things. Okay, bye. Thanks for listening to the Keto Diet Podcast. Join us again in a couple of days to discover more keto for women secrets for your fat-fueled life. The Keto Diet Podcast, including show notes and links, provides information in respect to healthy living, recipes, nutrition, and diet, and is intended for informational purposes only. The information provided is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, nor is it to be construed as such. We cannot guarantee that the information provided on the Keto Diet Podcast reflects the most up-to-date medical research. Information is provided without any representations or warranties of any kind. Please consult a qualified physician for medical advice and always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding your health and nutrition program.